It was more about Backstreet Boys Millennium. No, come on.
Mm, mm-mm. Only Millennium that we acknowledge as Millennium.
Hmm.
Is
Jacob
that
Simpson
25?
says, "Hi, mom."
And it's Sam cut off.
No.
Oh, okay.
What happened?
Jacob says, "Hi, mom."
Hi, my daughter. That's my girl. So proud of you. Hey, he actually asked me when he could come on here, so Jacob Stinson, whenever you're ready, you shoot me that inbox.
I think somebody posted something about like 1999 for the Titans, and then oh no, he posted a status about the Titans. He's just like, well, that happened in 1999. It's just like I'm pretty sure that you won't remember. He's just like, well, I'm turning 23 next week. I'm just like, so yeah, so you
So
don't
you
remember.
definitely don't remember. Yeah.
like, like thank you for confirming.
All right, we're going to go to the chat screen. Hey, Chris, you might need to scoot closer to your microphone.
What?
Hello, everyone.
Am I being heard now?
Do what?
No.
I said, am I being heard? See, I just think that you just can't hear.
I mean, possible. Very possible. Very possible. If you guys are watching, we're waiting for some people to see that we are live and log on. Comment, post, drop your feedback, all that stuff. If you're in the AFC South fan battle group, watch your mouth because it still gets put on the live feed. Sorry we're late logging on tonight. The mom had to work. Somebody's got to pay the bills around here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I keep hearing some weird music like.
I'm telling you, somebody has Pennywise over their house.
That must be my house. My neighbor on the other side of that wall practices the trumpet every day at 7:00.
Dude, that's terrible. Like, that's your neighbor?
Every day, yes.
That
Yeah,
is
it's gotta be
awful.
mine. You can hear.
Well,
I'll mute until I'm talking.
No, I want to hear it.
Yeah.
He's not any better. He hasn't gotten any.
Welcome to the AFC South Fan Battle Podcast, sponsored by Sports Host. Today, we're listening to John Haw's neighbor play the trumpet.
No, it sounds like.
I didn't think you guys would be able to hear it.
I
It sounds
can't.
like a weird-
I can't hear it, but Chris just got done saying that I can't hear anything and I'm deaf. So
Well, you can only hear musical instruments.
Like this. Yeah, now you can hear it. I go.
Oh, okay, he's still playing. I can hear him.
Yeah.
I heard it. Yeah.
hey, can you ask him if the Jaguars if the city of Jacksonville doesn't vote for the Sing for the Jaguars next week? Say, hey man, I do this podcast. Can you just play taps?
During the whole podcast.
Yeah.
He told me he could play quarterback for the Jags.
Oh, touche.
It's not funny, John, huh? John, ha 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 ha
Might
ha.
be a step up. You never know.
No, we're tanking for Fields.
You're taking for a kicker.
Scobie will be back. He's just taking a siesta. Matt, did you share?
I can right now.
Dun, 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 dun. Jason Williams says hi. Hi, Jason Williams. How are you this evening?
Like the basketball player, Jason Williams?
Dunno.
There's a. Because, that man, he.
The page is asking me if I want to share this to the AFC South Trash Talk Division.
I was going to. I do. I showed to all the all the AFC South groups.
In the words of a great philosopher, F him right in the pee.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to do that. Are y'all ready to get started?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Is our chat box not showing up today?
It is on the live feed. I miss clicking on our group and looking at the 10K. Like it hurts my heart not seeing that.
Yeah.
All because of you people. Don't know how to talk professionally. Gotta use those body words.
Hey, listen, I've never seen so many keyword alerts for the word fat in my life.
Especially yesterday, I had 24 keyword alerts. I'm like,
I was sitting here looking. All I see is fat, bitch, Trump, fat. I'm just like, yo, this is absolutely ridiculous.
that Grizzly or Drizzly guy, whatever his name was.
Yeah, that Drizzy, yeah.
He had 6 in one comment. He had 6 of them. I'm like, yeah, I gotta meet you, dude. Like, you can't. No, I can't have that. We're definitely gonna get booted again.
Yo, and the crazy thing about it was, it's like, I actually, because I think he made a comment on the last page, and I'm just like, dude, you can't say that. I'm just like, you absolutely not. Like, I get where you're coming from, but you can't say that because he started, like, I think he posted a reply, and he said, I think he said, like, bitch ass Trump supporters. I'm just like, dude, whoa, you're going absolutely off the rails. I'm just like, no matter how you feel, it's just like, let's not do that. And you're just like, all right. And I think I just removed the comment on that one, so he was gone. Fucking balls to the wall, crazy.
Hey, John, your fan club's showing up again.
Nice.
John Haw is too reasonable of a Titans fan. Your fan club's here.
Yeah.
Is that a compliment?
Is that?
It says he
Harish.
tells us too much truth.
Must be Harish that's in the room.
All I see is Facebook user. So we'll take it as we see it on that one.
Well, the great thing about it is that John Ha is here, unlike half the Titans fan base on the page that just literally disappeared.
Are you talking about the Flame Douglases?
Flame Douglas, JT Faulkner Sr., or Justice Real, or whatever alias he's going by right now.
The truly true cherries?
Listen, you know the most amazing thing about it is that it's just like when the Titans things are actually stuck around, I'm just like, hey, yeah, we got our asses handed to us, but we're still in first place. I'm just like, listen, if y'all have games like you just had against the Browns, then you're gonna be in first place very well.
But I'm on a mission. By the end of 2021, I am going to get cherries sponsored by Trulies.
Yes,
My mission is to get that man sponsored.
I love it.
Listen, I'm telling you, eventually they're going to have to just admit that he can be a brand ambassador.
Right. Hey, this happened to come on the podcast. Here's your boy Truly. You know.
I'm telling you, I went to a liquor store and I saw him just like, oh, I need to send this to Ray. He would just absolutely go ham. It was like a 30-pack.
You know he don't drink that White Claw. He'll go too crazy. The White Claw.
Listen, you know Ray used to drink Zimas. You know he used to drink Zimas.
What's up with you and Zimas? I think you miss Zimas because that's all you talk about.
No, you know what? I always found him hilarious because of the one guy who always played Stewart on Mad TV. He always was like the guy who was like the weird guy who was like older, but he always acted like he kind of.
Hey, Justin.
He would always just drop a bunch of like random '90s references. He's just like, hey guys, I got some Zimas. Like, aren't you a party starter?
Trying to get the chat box to show up and then we'll get going. Does it have to be on the top to show up first or on the bottom to show up first? I don't know if you guys can see it on your end.
It has to be on the top.
Both of them.
It is on the top. For some reason, it's not showing. You know what? There we go. I had to refresh the cache.
No. There you go.
All right, so let's get going. Ready?
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1. Like that? Okay. Nobody got that. Fuck you guys. It's been a rough day. Just laugh to make me feel better.
It's okay.
No, it's not.
Your heartbreaking is true, or you're baying.
Hey,
Shut up.
Harish and them said that they can't hear nobody.
Nobody?
Yeah, he just texted us, hey, can't hear anyone but Sam, by the way.
Not even me.
What about now?
No, nothing.
Michael Chesmer said, I had to turn my TV way up.
He's watching on TV.
Yeah.
What about now?
Man, this is big time. Big time.
We're on television, guys.
Let me call,
Yay,
I'll call
we
Harish.
made it.
We're on one television.
We should all like stop talking for a second, just move our mouths and see what happens.
Yeah, just be like,
He said, yeah, much better.
All right, cool. Let's get this started.
Yeah, for real, before something else breaks.
Dude, I'm trying here, okay?
or that guy hits the high note on the trumpet.
That's true.
Oh, no, I need to-
If you hear a woman screaming, it's John Ha's neighbor. It's just his trumpet.
It's the woman I keep it. It's the woman I keep in the basement.
Okay. Don't say that. You're gonna scare Jake. You're gonna scare.
We do not participate in any behavior.
I'm gonna get us banned again. Woo!
You're gonna scare Jacob Stinson. He lives in his mom's basement. So I know.
Where's Nick Fuentes?
That's true.
No. She lives with him.
All right, here we go. Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning into the AFC South Fan Battle podcast, sponsored by Sports Host. My name is Samantha Wernett. Joining us this evening for the Titans, we have John Ha. Oh, okay.
Guess I'm the one that was willing to show up.
Touche. Joining us for the Jaguars, we have Justin Gonzalez.
Hello.
That was a good smile for the radio. Thanks for smiling for the radio. Joining us for the Texans, we have Matt Briggs.
Let's do it.
Always. And joining us for the Colts, we have Chris Jackson.
Oh, cold-blooded.
Bang bang.
Well, guys, before we dive into everything, I do want to mention our sponsor, Sports Host. Our group, the AFC South Fan Battle, is slowly migrating to the Sports Host app because we were at 10,000 members. We're already back at 1,000 in just a couple weeks, but we got shut down for violating community standards on bullying, even though it's a football group. So we are still going to keep the group on Facebook, but we're slowly migrating to Sports Host. You can find all the information on how to join on the AFC South Fan Battle podcast page, as well as the AFC South Fan Battle group on Facebook. Also, right now, they are doing a... Can nobody hear again? Seriously? What is happening?
I don't know. Sounds like we're mute.
Maybe we should end the live and redo
I
it.
think it's only Harish because, and he just wants to interrupt and troll us because nobody else
Doesn't
is.
sound like something Harish should do.
Yeah, somebody just commented and said I can hear. So thanks for sending us that. So now that I have to edit this part out of the podcast.
Harish,
yes,
unmute your
restart.
TV.
No, it's fine. I just looked at it.
He-
I can hear it.
Yeah, everybody can hear but Harish. Just clean your ears. All right.
Harish
Anyways.
has ear COVID.
Migrating our group to the podcast page. Also, I do want to mention that right now they are doing an NFL trivia every week at 7:15 Eastern p.m. Eastern time. Last week they did the AFC South. I got fourth place. I won't say why, but I'm challenging one of the questions. Actually, before we go on, Justin, one of the questions on this trivia was, what year were the Jaguars brought to Jacksonville as an expansion team, right?
It was 94 was the year they announced it. Our first
No,
season.
93.
Really?
93. But listen, the answers were like whatever. 93 and 95, right? Because I actually have
That was the first season.
right,
Yeah.
but that's not when they came in the league as an expansion. So I clicked 93, thinking, oh, I got this in the bag, trick question. But the answer was 95, and I was really upset about that.
They did the same thing with the Texans. The Texans came in 2000, and
2002 was your first.
They should have said, what year did they start playing then?
Yeah.
Not what year were they in.
I get what you're saying.
Flag on.
It's okay, Sam. It's completely okay. You got all the Colts questions right. So I mean, as far as I'm
That's not the point. Shut up. Anyways, I got fourth place, but I do want to give a shout out to our favorite Scottish troll, Scott Robertson, because he won and got first place. What division are they doing next week, Matt?
AFC North.
All right, so the AFC North next week. It's free to enter and join. It's actually a lot of fun. They do a Zoom call, but the trivia itself is on a thing called Crowd Live, where you're just joining in kind of like in a group chat, and it'll have the question. It'll give you 15 seconds to answer. The faster you click, the more points you get. And then, there's cash prizes, free to enter, good time. Find all the information on the page. Sports host. Let's do this.
So basically what it is we're taking each winner from each division, and then when the playoffs come, it'll be AFC winners and the NFC winners, and then the sole winners out of AFC and NFC, just like in the playoffs, meet in the Super Bowl, and it's $150 if you win the Super Bowl. Easy money.
Easy
Unless
money.
Unless you're Sam and can only answer Colts questions.
Like I said, I would have got that one right, but that was a trick question, and it was incorrect. I threw the challenge flag, and nobody paid attention to me, so I lost my timeout, too.
That says nothing about why you got all the Colts-related questions right.
Shut up, Chris Jackson. That's irrelevant.
Listen.
It's because I'm your mommy.
Well, you're Jacob's mommy.
No,
Okay.
no. I mean, like the Jaguars are your mommy.
Oh.
Or your daddy. That's why you always lose
You're
here.
about to be my international mom, aren't you?
Listen, that's a sensitive subject that we will talk about later, because I am very,
That's a good one.
very upset about what's happening in the city of Jacksonville with the owner, Shad Khan, currently at the moment. We'll get into that in a minute. For now, we're going to talk about, as we do every week, NFL news and then games. So as of right now, current situation happening as we film this, Des Bryant, I guess, was given a coronavirus test this morning. He didn't get his test back until this afternoon, and it came back, or until this evening while they were doing warm-ups, and it came back inconclusive. So then they were like, hey, Des, come here, and pulled him to the back, did the PCR, and it came back positive. So then there's a rumor, I guess, Matt, was it you that was saying that he was like threatening to retire or something? Does somebody want to elaborate on that? So because of that, he threatened to retire? I'm still confused by that, but
He's just it could be. I don't know.
so everybody's saying they can't hear you, Matt, but we can hear you. So I don't know if Give me 1 second.
I mean,
I don't know what's happening. I'm about to check all my settings. Hey, Justin, will you say something?
What's that? Hello, hello, hello.
I've heard. I'm listening to the live. And
Cow, cow, cow.
So I don't know.
This is a lot of fun. Not.
Always. Always.
Yeah, I can hear me on the stream.
Hello, hello. Check 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Michael Tessmer just said, I just heard Matt and Justin. Hearing now.
I just want to
Yeah,
throw.
it sounds like they hear you.
How about John? John, talk.
I'm talking.
I just want to put out there that this goes on to iTunes and everything gets sent to edit, and this is going to be fun to edit.
It's fine. Everything's going through. I just saw it on Facebook. You can hear everything. You can hear everyone. Everyone.
Everybody.
It wouldn't be an episode of AFC South Fan Battle if we didn't have some hiccups, right? All right. So, anyways,
I think Harish is just jealous he's not on the episode.
yeah, because the Colts won. You know what, Harish? I'm gonna send you a link you can jump on at the end so you can throw it in someone's face. I know that's what you want. We'll do that for you. Anyways, got to keep going because we don't want to continue this on and have to edit all this crap out. So, well, with the Des Bryant news and everything going on with that, and the fact that, I guess the Ravens didn't even get his inconclusive test back until they're already out in the field doing warm-ups, do we anticipate an NFL bubble? And how does that,
I know they're talking about.
The sole positive test. That's what was kind of like weird. But
It's weird that they don't postpone the game or something because if he is positive, he just came in contact with a lot of people. So
Right, but I think it could be false positive. I don't think they know all that just yet. I think he just showed up positive, right?
Yeah, I think they have to pull no matter what.
yeah, even if it's a false positive, they're gonna have to.
Yeah.
whatever they're doing in Baltimore, they need to fix it because it's not working.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's just like from a money perspective, the NFL has already lost billions with everything going on, not being able to have full stadiums at capacity, games being moved out of prime time into other things. And the thing is, it's just like this is, however you feel about Lamar Jackson, it's Lamar Jackson. He's money.
Well,
and of course, everybody's going to watch the Cowboys.
They had I forget who it was. I think it was the Rams and Cardinals. They didn't play. They played at a neutral site. So, people are losing money that way, too, because you have to, you can't play at home.
Yeah.
And 49ers don't even have a stadium. They don't have any. Yeah, they're playing with the Cardinals stadium.
They don't even have a team right now. So
But yeah, I can see them doing a bubble for playoff, maybe just like everybody staying in maybe just having 4 different cities that they have for different games, and then just having them travel accordingly depending on how rankings or depending on winners of the games. But I don't know. It all looks.
It feels to me that they're just determined to push this through regardless of outbreaks. They're just going to continue to push this through to try to get this season done and finished on time. And they're going to do.
Well, you got money tied up in the Super Bowl.
Right, but it seems as though like they're going to let things go for as long until they absolutely have to cancel or bubble. Like it's going to take a lot for them to take things off of where they're going.
Let's be honest. What is bigger than the Super Bowl?
A lot of their money's not tied up in concession sales or ticket sales. A lot of their money is revenue rights on TV and stuff like that. So I think the league's going to be fine. It's just everyone that suffers from not having the stadiums open is where it hurts. But I think at the end of the day, they're going to finish the season on time as much as they can, whatever that means that they have to do. If they have to play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to get to that point, because a lot of planning, because the Super Bowl is in Tampa this year, and being here and seeing it and seeing all the planning that's going into it, it's a ton of work. So they're going to do everything they can to finish.
Yeah.
Well, moving on from that, of course, last week we talked about a couple of the Texans players with the steroids, but this week AJ Boye, former Texan and Jaguar, tested positive for COVID. And Matt, you have the scoop on that, or whoever has the scoop on that, as far as there's a doctor, I guess, alleged.
COVID.
Oh, did I say COVID? Same thing. Steroids. I don't know. Steroids, COVID. We don't know.
Wait, did Sam test positive for steroids?
I plead the fifth.
It was actually our own Adam Schefter, Dylan Cieslik. He's the one who broke the story. He said that there's a doctor that is linked to all 30 players, and he said there's a lot more players on this list. I don't know if he was joking, but he said something about Derrick Henry. But again, I don't know if he was joking. It could be true, could not be true. He hasn't said nothing since. But everybody, all 3 players that have been confirmed and that has been suspended are filing lawsuits against this doctor because it's not looking good.
I wonder if I just wonder, honestly, because the whole Clowney incident with the Texans and Titans and blah, 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 and then now everyone's like, who's not shit? We wasted our money. I wonder if he's not like, oh, yeah, you don't think I'm shit? Check this out. Steroids, steroids, steroids. I'm just saying. It's a possibility.
Well, they shouldn't have trusted Dr. Brian Cushing anyway.
Hey, it was the steak. It was the steak that he was eating. Okay, it wasn't. It's all the steak. Get that right.
That man was so roided up. He had buttered the helmet and started bleeding, and he looked completely unfazed. Just be like, if that man isn't drug tested after the game, I don't know what's going to happen.
Funny thing is, I think he did get drug tested after that game. He got caught a couple of times.
He didn't get 2 cares, man.
No. But hey, you be careful because that's Dylan's boy. He'll fight you for that one.
Dylan must have the roid rage to back it up.
Listen, I'm not gonna go if he's defending Brian Cushing like that. I'm not going to allow Dylan anywhere near me because I don't know exactly what he's getting from Cushing either. So as far as I'm concerned, he can keep that over there.
Well, also, Carson Wentz got benched. Finally. Did they mess up by getting rid of Nick Foles?
There's something wrong with our audio again.
No, there isn't. They're trolling us. There's nothing wrong with our audio.
Okay.
Justin and I have been messaging this whole time. There's literally nothing wrong with our audio. They're trying to mess with us. And I don't think anything was wrong with our audio since Harish said something about something being wrong with our audio. Because
if people understand that if you're watching this on Facebook, there is a volume button like inside the browser that like you can turn up and down to hear us.
Oh, well, also we're dealing with a bunch of old dudes because it's Tessimer and Donnie Stingley. So, they just don't understand. Like,
and a jealous Reese,
Yeah, also, you also have to actually touch the video on Facebook in order to bring it up so that you can hear the audio.
what is this? I can't hear it. But anyways, whatever.
I told her about getting me this devil technology.
Devil woman. But anyways,
I need a sousaphone.
so Carson Wentz bench for Jalen Hurts. You've heard of Elf on the Shelf. Now there's Wentz on a bench. Doesn't rhyme, but it's actually funny. But anyways, so that's pretty much it for NFL news. Listen, we've had so much garbage at the beginning of this episode. So the people have been posting, hey, the podcast caught COVID and all this other stuff. I don't know what's happening. So it is what it
You
is.
didn't miss anything.
If you're catching glimpses here and there of this episode, you can find it on iTunes, Spotify, or you can ask Alexa, hey Alexa, play the AFC South Fan Battle podcast.
Unless your Spotify is mute too.
Yes. Otherwise, we're going to continue on. Here we go. So we're going to start with the Jaguars because we're not going to waste any more time on this stuff. We're going to start with the Jaguars. The biggest issue that I'm having, Justin, our Jaguars commentator for the evening, Justin.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know this. It's not common knowledge because I feel like if you're not from Jacksonville or if you aren't, Anyways, I'm honestly very shocked that the sports media hasn't picked up on this, but I've been very distraught for about a week and a half.
Right.
Shad Khan is at war with the city of Jacksonville and vice versa. So basically what is happening is Shad Khan wants $223 million and he wants 64-ish million, I can't remember the exact number of it, to be a interest-free loan for 50 years. They had economists come in and look at this, and they're calling it a breadbox loan because basically if you do that and you get a loan, you don't get taxed on it because you're not receiving funds from the federal government to cover this. So they're not having to tax them. So they want to do it this way. And they had economists come in and say, well, for every dollar of that loan, you're only going to see, they had multiple people look, and it was anywhere from 40 to 70% return on investment, which is insane. That's, if you had interest on it and you were at least getting your money back, that would be different. So basically, our mayor went on a 2-day Twitter rant where he's like, if you guys want to remain an NFL city, you will make sure that your city council members vote for this. And then everybody's like, because the mayor and Shad Khan obviously have meetings together. So everybody's like, hold up. What does that mean? What is Mr. Khan saying to you that we don't know, Lenny? So basically one of the city council members goes on Twitter and tweets all the media and says, listen, if we want to, the only way that we'll agree to this and the reason we need to have all these stipulations is because we need a 100% like promises made, promises kept. If you want this money, sign an extension. Put part of the stadium renovation deal into this. And then they've had multiple like little emergency meetings because they've already tore down part of our overpass and everything all around the stadium to get ready for this. And then they were just like, oh, wait, hold on. We didn't finish after ripping down this entire overpass. And here we are. We don't know what's going to happen, but Mark Lamping, our president of the Jaguars today, made a comment that is just freaking me out now. And he said that the Jaguars are a free agent team, and they have been a free agent team since 2012 because the city is basically saying, you guys, if you guys give us this promise, and then the Jaguars are like, we're giving you a promise by building this, and they're like, not really. And then the attorney came out and said, I've tried to get Mr. Khan to move the team to St. Louis, and he won't do it. And then I was like, what the fuck? So, Justin, Give us a little bit of that, and then we're going into the game. I am extremely upset about this. And like I said, I am shocked that this hasn't gotten picked up by ESPN or somebody because this is a big deal. Big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot. So it's actually a piece of our parking lot J, that they want to turn into a lot of big towns have this, like a Dallas Live, or it's a multi-purpose concert / restaurant / living place that they can entice people to go downtown. When you're downtown, you're right across from the stadium.
Which
So forth and so
downtown
on.
needs it, by the way. It needs it.
Agreed. And Paul Hardin, who's the Jaguars' attorney and also their lobbyist, did have those comments. And the one thing that the city of Jacksonville wants to put in there is a $150 million clawback clause, where if they do give the Jaguars the money for Lot J, that if the Jaguars don't renew their lease on the stadium, they will have to pay in full for. So, and I know $300 million might seem like a lot of money to some people, I guess, or $200 million or whatever it is. But as of right now, Shad Khan's the 66th wealthiest person in the world, and he's valued at $7.6 billion, which I can't even fathom how much money that is. I mean, and I see this as just a strong arm move to do renovations or potentially build a new stadium. The new mayor comes in.
Yeah,
and this is kind of setting the precedence for that, I think.
Right, because a lot of people don't realize that our stadium is actually publicly owned by the city of Jacksonville. So all these times that people have been saying, oh, the Jaguars are moving to London, it's like, no, this guy is literally dumping money into a stadium he doesn't even own. He's putting pools in it. He's doing the amphitheater, blah, blah, blah. But something like this, and I can see both sides. Like, on one hand, I'm like, listen, you have the Jaguars, you have an NFL city, you have the potential to make downtown like kind of like what Atlanta did with the Braves, like make this little mecca around the stadium. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, you are a multi-billionaire. Why do you need a 0% interest-free loan for 50 years? You're going to be 120 years old?
Yeah, there's just two things I want to make sure everyone's aware of with this, is that the quotes that have come out so far is Paul Hardin, Jaguars' attorney and lobbyist. Shad Khan hasn't directly quoted as of today on the matters of this. And there's one other quote that I would like just to bring up, and then I'll wrap this up for everyone, is from the Jaguars' attorney, Paul Hardin, is, don't you think for 1 minute people haven't encouraged Shad Khan to look at former NFL cities like St. Louis, but he likes Jacksonville, right? And I think that, this is just a strong arm tactic to, he's a very smart businessman. He's a self-made businessman. He's trying to get a stadium renovated at someone else's cost other than hers. And that's all this is. The Jaguars aren't moving. The Jaguars aren't going to move to another city. He's invested, like Sam said, he's invested so much money into the stadium at this point with video boards, renovating actually inside the stadium and doing things.
And don't forget AEW. I mean, he's built.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
tweeted. I
tweeted.
didn't know this. All their stuff's being filmed at the stadium. Right?
Yeah, if you go, it's in the it's actually in the amphitheater. But actually, I tweeted Tony Khan because I'm a little salty, because I'm like, as Jaguar fans, I think it says a lot that Tony Khan only tweets about AEW and Fulham, which Fulham's about to get kicked out of the Premier League because they're the Jaguars of the Premier League, and they just got in it. So,
well, again, he got in the Premier League, and their valuation went up like twice as much, which is brilliant. And when he bought the Jaguars, I think it was $760 million. Now they're worth over $1 billion. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's in the ballpark realm. So Shad Khan's very smart when it comes to money. This is all this is. I know people are going to troll us that we're moving to London and stuff like that,
which would never happen.
I think the Jaguars stay, but whenever the next mayor comes in, this is when all the new stadium renovations get figured out.
Which I know part of it was, do we renovate the current stadium, TIAA Bank Field, that's publicly owned, or do we make a new one? Which I think Shad Khan wants to make a new one so he can own it. But if they do renovate TIAA Bank Field, Tony and Shad, if you're listening, put some shade on that mother, because it's hot. Okay, moving on.
Yeah, because I think they want a Super Bowl at some point, and to get a Super Bowl, we got to get a new stadium, in all honesty.
But if you guys do want to see Samantha Wernette from AFC South Fan Battle have her meltdown, it will happen if the Jaguars move away from Jacksonville. That's it. Okay.
And we'll be live.
Until you become a Colts fan.
Shut up, Chris.
What would you do? Would you stop being a fan of the Jags, or would you still stay with them?
Yep.
Well,
Done.
Done, huh?
well, ask Matt how he feels about the Titans because he used to be an Oilers fan. Don't use that analogy. I don't like the analogy.
Look, but all you say is, but your kids I have no problem with, but you, I hate you, sir. If you can use it from the grave, I hate you. I seriously hate you. Yeah, I can't stand.
So
I
did
never
you become a
Buccaneers fan.
Tennessee Oilers fan, or were you like?
No, I was a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan because of Warren Sapp and Derek Brooks.
Yeah, if the Jaguars leave, yeah, I'm done. Just like with Maurice Jones-Drew when he pitched his little fit about contract extensions, and then he went to Oakland. I was done with him right then. If the Jaguars move, done. Get out. Don't.
It's just
Yeah.
like I get the business aspect. I do 100%. From a fan that lost their team, I get it.
Mhm.
But it's also about the loyalty. Like
Yes.
Bud Adams did the same thing Khan did. He said, "Hey, I need this much money to renovate the Astrodome. Here you go." A year later, "Hey, I need this much money to build a new stadium." "No, we can't do it. We just gave you this much money." "Okay, bye. See you later. I'm gonna go to Tennessee so I can, fondle my cousin." It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
The biggest thing is you have to give. He always says, "Yes, I'm staying. Yes, I'm staying," but you're not going to give the fans any 100% commitment and like
Well,
they're not going to have any respect for your word unless you actually do it. Which we did sign a very short I have a hair in my face. A really short contract extension or a small one. I think 2030 is what we're at now. But
Yeah, but like businessmen like that, they don't get to be $7.9 billion worth of money by being transparent about every little thing.
yeah, but
Hopefully-
that's kind of a big deal. Like
hopefully,
I
hopefully
agree.
he's classy. Hopefully he's classy like the St. Louis owner and tell him, "Hey guys, we're moving," and it's not like Bud Adams and who was it? The Browns owner said, "Oh, see you later." Right at dark, just disappear.
But I think the thing is like competition. Like I think Jacksonville's a good city in the sense of he's not competing with anything. Like if you go to St. Louis, you got to compete with the Cardinals, you got to compete with the Blues. With that money, their entertainment money, you're competing against that. In Jacksonville, there's and I love my home, right? But there's not much professional baseball or professional sports wise.
actually,
take your money away.
the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp are about to become a AAA baseball team.
Wait,
Okay, but
they're the
it's
Jumbo
not going
Shrimp?
to take their attendance to like catastrophic.
It's
like
not
MLB
Major
level.
League Baseball, though.
Well, and not for nothing, and this is the last comment I'm going to make about it, and we're going to move on, is that, really people make fun of the Jaguars for ticket sales, but we're not the lowest in the league. Like
No, we're middle of the pack.
I think last year, even when we were absolutely awful and everybody was so pissed off because Ramsey was leaving and all this stuff, and everybody's like, "What's going on?" We still were like 25th. No, higher than that.
Yeah, we were 20. We were teetering around 19 and 21 in that
Right.
range.
And
Who's the
the
worst?
2017 season, we sold more than the Titans. We were like 14th in the whole league. We sold more than the Titans. We sold more than the Colts. I mean, that says a lot.
I
And
believe it was
Small
the
market team.
Buccaneers was at the bottom end, but don't quote
I
me
was
on
just
that.
curious.
Buccaneers
I was just
and
curious.
Dolphins.
I know
Team.
I know for a fact when I looked the other day, it was the Dolphineers, the Dolphineers.
That's what we should call them. They should combine.
Because they're right by each other.
Dolphineers.
It was the Dolphins, the Buccaneers, and then I know for a fact the Chargers were one.
Right.
So-
Yep.
And actually in 2018, the Steelers, I think we were above the Steelers in sales, which was confusing. But anyways, moving on. Like I said, I'm really upset about it. City of Jacksonville, Shad Khan, please do the right thing. Come together for me. Please. All right. Anyway, Jaguars, Vikings. Only lost by a field goal. We continue to look better. Give us a recap. Make it really quick so we can move on to the other teams because we've taken up way too much time on it.
Oh, for sure. And thank you, Mike Glennon, for being Mike Glennon and doing what you do. The road to Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields, we're staying on it. I love it. We're staying competitive enough to keep me watching the full game, but we're not winning, so we can get a phenomenal quarterback next year. But long story short, Jack, the defense is coming along. They are playing well, even with players that are hurt. James Robinson is playing great. Our O-line should give a lot of credit for opening up lanes and, protecting Glennon for him to throw interceptions. But I'm really excited for the future in our receiving core, our offensive line. But the game, we won the first half, and then the Vikings came on strong the second half. We held Dalvin Cook the first half, and then, once we got into that second half leading into the fourth quarter, they did what they do, and, they came back, scored, and eventually won the game. So I'm happy with how we played, but I'm glad we lost.
That is true. Isn't that the beauty in it? Because you're kind of like, oh, man, we don't look that bad, but don't win. Please don't win. Like, calm down.
You promise.
Calm down. Robinson, I'm going to need you to slow down.
Yeah, right.
Little baby Derrick Henry. Little future Derrick Henry. John, you like that?
Yeah, Carey's a good guy.
Even though he's built like Maurice Jones-Drew, I'll take him back too in a heartbeat. Anyways, well, Titans, John, since we just summoned you. Titans Browns.
Yes.
I've been watching you wipe your tears this entire episode, waiting for this moment to cry. So, even though you called it on the last episode, so I'm proud of you. Good job.
I mean, yeah. What is this?
Oh, hold on. Wait for the influx of, oh my God, John Haas, such a negative Titans fan.
Oh yeah, sure, here it comes. Yes, go ahead. Tell me how negative I am. Like, that was a good old fashioned ass whooping. That was terrible. I mean, it was just a cavalcade of horrible events that took place in that first quarter. I was just besides myself. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, wow, okay, then we're just going to go ahead and go in the hole so fast that, it really showed, when we went down so big, it really kind of it took us out of a game, the game that we like to play, which is, it's not fastball. We like to really grind it out. We don't like to, I don't know, but it really, really took us out of our game. I'll give Corey Davis a shout out. He was probably the bright spot of that shit show, but there's not much positive I can say out of it.
Well, I think the Browns did a great job of doing what they had to do, and that was stop Henry.
Part of me is like, yeah, they stopped Henry, but then the other part of me is like, they jumped up so big so fast. I mean, we kind of abandoned Henry pretty quickly too. So I don't know how much control they really put on him.
First, the two possessions. Yeah, I mean, he had 3 Ks for I think 7 yards in the first fumble.
The fumble, yeah. I mean, we had the two. Their opening drive went down. We held them to a field goal. I was like, okay, it's great. But when we had the 2 back-to-back turnovers, it was like, oh yeah, no, this is no good. So when we're down 17-0, it's hard for us to come out of that. But I'm hoping that that's just sort of a blip. But that defense that I saw on Sunday was the defense I saw through the first 8 weeks of the season. So I'm like, oh great, it's good to see them come back. I thought the Bears game may have been a turning point for us, but. It doesn't give me a lot of hope for the weeks moving forward.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Elaborate on that.
What do you mean? That doesn't give me a lot of hope?
Yeah. Okay, but hold on. Are the Browns bad?
Did I say the Browns were bad?
I don't think.
Is the game? No, but I'm saying the Browns game is what's not giving you hope?
Oh, yeah. Well, I said the defensive performance last week, to see them revert back to where they were at the beginning of the season doesn't give me the hope, because I thought at the Bears game, we had sort of like turned it around. Our defense, we started to play a little bit tighter. Our secondary was doing a lot better in coverage, and now it's not so good.
Yeah, but is it just that maybe now that the Browns have Chubb back, they're actually a really good offense?
I mean, they were doing pretty good with Kareem Hunt. I'm like, what do you want? Like, it feels like you're trying to fish for something. That I'm not picking
I'm
up.
trying to give you credit. Like I don't ever give the Titans credit. I'm trying to give you credit. Like maybe like yeah, sure they're not like, Colts number one defense or whatever, but like maybe they're not that bad.
Well, I will say going into the game, like first of all, I'm always the one. We all know that I always predict the Titans to lose, but I was saying going into it, the Browns was like their 3 losses. What was it, to the Pittsburgh twice and then Baltimore, and they got like spanked like really bad. And then their wins this season have been really, really narrow. I mean, they were beating bad teams by a narrow margin. So I was feeling more hopeful about the Browns game than I was about like the Colts games. But they proved me wrong. What's that? Sorry.
You said the same thing about the Titans. Y'all barely beat bad teams too.
Yeah, well, we were, and then it was the last few weeks that were starting to make me feel a little bit better. I thought we were coming around the corner, I thought. But, yeah, it seems like we're just going to have to really grind this out just to make the playoffs.
John, you know what you need to do?
Okay, here it is.
You need to
You got all the answers. I got to do what?
I do. You need to tighten up.
Sweet. Oh.
That's what you need to do.
I should have done that. Oh my God, it's my fault. I'm sorry, guys.
Your team needs to tighten up. They need to tighten up.
They do.
That's their.
If everything stays the same, the Browns are playing the Titans in the first round of the playoffs.
That'd be epic.
I don't feel good about any playoff game at this point. At this point, I just want to escape Jacksonville with a win. This is all this is all I'm looking at.
I'm telling you right now, that's our Super Bowl. That's our Super Bowl.
I watched Gardner Minshew chew us up the first time we played. I mean, I was hoping that with like all of this roster turnover and like your GM mess, I'm like, okay, maybe we just got a team that doesn't care anymore. Let's just get that.
Well, hey, speaking of the Jags and Titans, Sam, Justin, John, y'all want to make the bet?
Yes.
Toy for tots.
John, you gonna make this bet with me?
Yeah, I'll do it. If the Jaguars win, you donate a toy for tots, and then if the Titans lose, you donate a toy for tots.
So you have to do it too. Wait, are you saying that no matter what, I have to donate a toy?
You guys just agreed to it.
No.
Weren't even listening. You're like,
No.
yeah, let's do it.
No. And you know what? For that bitch move, John you know what's about to happen? I want your profile picture too.
What are you going to do with my profile picture?
I get to pick it.
You can't do that. My mom looks at that.
It's not going to be bad. It's not going to be bad. I wouldn't ever make you have it.
Sam's Photoshop skills are pretty epic.
I would never do anything to dishonor your mother.
Okay, so if the Jaguars win, you get to mess with my profile. Is that what it is?
I just get to pick your profile, like a profile picture.
Oh, okay.
You have to make it a profile picture for a week.
Wait,
And you have
to make this bet because I don't feel good.
Okay, because you're doing it for a good cause. Because you also have to donate a toy for Toys for Tots.
Bet. Like, yeah, that's fine.
Don't be a wimp, John. Don't be a wimp.
I've had this picture. I knew we were gonna be bad this year, but I had hope, so I've had this picture waiting.
Oh, for the Titans?
No. For anybody to take a bet against me.
Oh, really? Well, then I definitely don't want it. If this is got several months of hatred put into it.
all it is a pink background with a filter, and it's Gardner Minshew running through a field and his hair is glistening in the wind.
Oh, that's great. I love it.
And it says Gardner Minshew is my daddy.
Oh, that's okay. I'm okay with that picture.
Okay, good.
I don't hate Gardner Minshew. I actually probably like Gardner Minshew more than Jacksonville does. You can have it.
That's not true. That's not true. Calm down, John. Calm down. Anyways, moving on. Division game of the week. What do you know? Colts won beat the Texans. Can I tell you guys really quick before we move into your games what this group has been like this week, starting on Monday? This is how it's gone in the group. Hey guys, Colts fan here, signing my win. And then Texans fans like, you know, what the fuck, just being all grumpy. Titans fans every single time. We're still number one. We're still number one. Tighten up. Still number one. Tighten up. Still number one. Tighten up.
Every Titans fan but this one.
Yeah, because you're the
We're gonna
negative.
lose next week. Don't worry.
We're gonna call you Negatron because you're so negative. Negatron. Anyways, guys, Matt, I'll let you take this one first since you're the loser. Sign your L. Give us your recap, and y'all go at it.
Sign it for Tesmer. Sign it for Tesmer.
Here, Chesmer, this is for you, buddy. Look, Watson, other than those two bad passes, one was an interception, one should have been an interception. I don't know how the Colts dropped that one. He looked good. This is the bad thing about it. All the Texan fans are calling for Watson's head, saying it was his fault we lost that game. I don't think it was. I think it was the coaching. I think they changed up the coaching style. If they would have kept up the same in the first half, I think we would have scored more than -2 points in the second half. So, I mean, our interior O-line, like Chris said earlier today, thank you, Nick Martin. You cost us the game. You get paid
Mickey
half of the
baby.
money to be gosh awful. So, yeah, it was terrible. But kids get a toy out of it. Going tomorrow to get my toy for Toys for Tots. So
We want to
At
see.
least-
We
at
want to
least
see a
somebody
video.
just enjoy
We want to
my
see a
movie.
video of you dropping that in the bin.
gotcha. Well, Walgreens has this thing where if you buy it, they send it to their own. So that's why.
Oh, that's right, because of COVID, right?
Yeah.
So dumb.
Well, I'll still take a video and me buying it. You know, kids, here's my misery toy. You know, bring happiness to my misery.
Play with
My
my
kids
baby.
got you this toy.
You should like buy him a Deshaun Watson like figure or something, and then throw it in the trash can of the Toys for Tots.
The only thing that there's gonna be up here is Patrick Mahomes. I'm not buying no Patrick Mahomes toy. Sorry, not
Yeah, isn't he like a god there?
He is.
Because he owns the Royals and all that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the only good thing Patrick Mahomes is doing up here is bringing a Whataburger to Kansas City. That's the only good thing.
Hey,
Yeah.
Mark Brunell. That's like a quarterback thing, maybe, because Mark Brunell owns all the Whataburgers here in Jacksonville.
And Tim Tebow owns a couple.
Yeah. Oh, Tim Tebow just bought part owner in the Jacksonville Icemen too. So
A lot of players like that. Fast food and car dealerships is like the number one
Well,
thing
he
that
loves
players do.
Whataburger and the ketchup so much that they're actually building Whataburgers up here just for him. So I was like, all right, that's fine, cool. Whataburger.
well, Chris,
And
give
if you
it.
haven't ate Whataburger, you're missing out.
Dude, there's one right by my house, and you are missing out because
Yeah.
those burgers are so good, but they're like 100,000 calories per burger.
But it
That's where
doesn't
this double
It's
chin.
worth it. It's
See-
worth
I've
it.
never,
See
I've
the-
never had any.
See this double chin? It came from a double cheeseburger at Whataburger.
matter. A1 burger. You better get it right. A1 burger.
All right, Chris.
A1.
All right, Chris Jackson, give it to us.
So I said it before. I'll say it again. Nick Martin is my personal GOAT for this week. I mean, honestly, the Texans they played balls out.
Balls out.
But I mean, we were able.
Balls
they
out.
played balls out.
Balls
Yep.
out.
That's a Nick Martin reference. Yeah, I'm gonna keep dropping him. I don't care. He's amazing for us. But I mean, the game itself, it was back to back. I mean, Deshaun Watson, he was answering. Our defense, I don't know what's been going on, but it's just like they haven't been looking the way that they did early on.
Hold on. John Ha? Is that you talking? Hold on. Sounds like you said the same thing.
It's Chris Hall. It's Chris Hall.
Chris Ha.
Yeah, it's Chris. But the thing is, the one thing that they did great in this game was that they finally actually let Jonathan Taylor loose, as opposed to just giving him these little rinky-dink handoffs and then saying, "Okay, well, just go ahead and do what you can." they actually gave him really, really clean blocks. He was able to get out there. I think he averaged about 7 yards per carry. And, I mean, if we keep running him like this, that's going to be great. You could still see that Phillip Rivers was obviously hurt. I mean, his passing is not affected, but, I mean, he already was moving like a turtle, and now he's moving like a turtle with glue on his feet. So, I mean, he had little to no mobility. I mean, but either way.
Can I say something else? Can I say something else about that too, and how it's been in the group? Since now we're recapping week 13 going into week 14, so we're like almost done with the season. The Colts narrative on Phillip Rivers coming from the Chargers was like, Phillip Rivers is the best available. He's the best in the league. And now they're like, he's the best he can be. He's doing the best he can. Like, that's what I'm saying, guys. He's doing the best he can. I didn't say he was going to be the best. Like, yes, you did. Said he was gonna be the best.
And the thing, and you know what's crazy? It's like it's only because of the fact that you see how we went last year. Because I wasn't a fan of the signing. I feel like we knew that Cam was, going to be basically being released. I think they had Jameis out there. I mean, really, out of the available quarterbacks,
Eddie Bridgewater too, right?
Yeah, Bridgewater. Bridgewater as well. But the thing is,
you were never going for Tom Brady.
Nick Foles.
No, fuck no. Listen. No, listen.
You would never
Nick Foles wasn't available. Like
he got traded.
Was still under contract. Yeah, exactly. That was not going to happen. But the thing is, with Phillip Rivers, I didn't like it because he's an old quarterback who you knew was declining. I mean, let all his achievements be in the past because, I mean, still, the guy was drafted in 2004. So, I mean,
he's a placeholder signing is what he is, and there's no secret about that. Still is.
I just really, honestly don't like that you guys did Jacoby Brissett the way you did.
Well,
I'm sad about that.
It's just like
I like Jacoby.
It was the second time that they gave Jacoby Brissett the chance to go ahead and do what he did. He was playing great at the beginning of the season. He got hurt, and then it just completely screwed up the rest of the year, at least from where I was sitting. Now, the thing is, of course, now you see Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers had 23 touchdowns and 20 interceptions by the end of the year. We still have a quarter of the season to go, and he's at 18-9. So, I mean, it's kind of promising. I mean, you could say that, oh, yeah, well, playing in this offense kind of helped him turn a corner. But, I mean, at the same time, it's like, I do feel like we're a little bit too reliant on him. Like, we have to get more of the run going. I mean, you saw that penalties almost killed us once again. Because, I mean, we had a run back on a kickoff, and then we had one of our linebackers make a boneheaded penalty that he didn't need to make because Nyheim Hines was just absolutely burning through the Texan special teams. So, I mean, the fact that it came down to that play with Nick Martin, with the bad snap, the fumble, it's things like that where it's just like, okay, let's not keep this game so interesting and just put it away where we actually can because, I mean, it didn't have to be that close. But once again, we kind of shot ourselves in the foot with the boneheaded plays and the boneheaded penalties.
Yeah, this just made me think of something. I have like a burning question of the week for all of you. If you could all bring back one player from your franchise to play for your team.
Easy.
Right now, who would it be?
Easy.
Go ahead, Matt.
Arian Foster. Hands down.
Oh, I loved him.
Wow.
Loved him. Loved him.
Am I wrong?
No.
I mean,
Here I was thinking you were going to say Steve Slayton.
no. Come on, man. Bring me some Foster in it.
John.
Some Alien Nation. Let's do it.
Who would you bring back?
Just of all time, anybody?
Anybody.
I don't know. Let's see.
Or it could be a current player, and you can say, "I want this person at."
I still miss Jarrell Casey. I miss him so much.
Yeah.
What about you, Justin? That's a toughie.
If it was for my current team, I would probably.
Not your current team. We'll say for the 2021 season. Like, let's not think about this year's a wash.
Burnell. I mean, I don't even know if he would fit in this day and age.
What about David Garrard?
Fred Taylor.
I do like Garrard, but as someone that could just go out there, James Robinson is a Fred Taylor fill
I'm
in.
surprised he didn't say Marcus Stroud.
Yeah, I don't know. I would rather see us score and lose than get our ass kicked every week, to be honest. So I don't know if Brunell would fit in this type of day and age, but yeah, I would like to see Brunell come back.
I think I know who Chris's is.
Duh.
Can I guess before you say yours?
Why not? Go for it.
We all know what this is. We all know the answer to that one.
Peyton Manning.
That's the
Oh, of
easiest.
course.
That's the
And-
easiest one.
Peyton Manning over Andrew Luck.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I hate Peyton Manning. He's
Of
awful.
course,
Awful person.
Peyton Manning made guys that ultimately, and mind you, I'm not taking anything away from like Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, but we had Aaron Moorhead looking like a decent wide receiver.
Austin
And that
Collie.
guy- Austin Collie, Pierre Garcon.
Anthony Gonzalez.
I will never. I will.
Anthony
Ne-
Gonzalez is a he's in the Congress now. Like that's a complete turnaround. He's
Listen,
in Congress.
I will never. I will never forgive Peyton Manning from the roast of Rob Lowe. And he was up there and he said, "I'm sitting around this room with his big ass forehead. I'm sitting around this room and I don't even recognize these people. I'm thinking, who am I with? The Jacksonville Jaguars?" And everyone's like,
That's
Shut up,
because
Peyton.
The Jaguar players aren't very well known. That's what the joke means.
"I understand what the joke means, John, huh? I'm just saying I wasn't appreciative of that." Okay?
Well, if you're not appreciative of that, then maybe you should show them your shirt.
No. I used to have a shirt that said, Indianapolis sucks. And on the back, it was a kid like flicking off and it said, or on the front, it said, a kid flicking off, it said, Indianapolis sucks. And on the back, it was a picture of Peyton Manning and it said, Peyton swallows. It's great. It's good.
Come on, Sam. Show them exactly where you're going if Jacksonville ever gets moved to a place like Bangladesh or the UK.
Bangladesh. Actually, that'd be kind of good. The Bangladesh Jaguars. It kind of has a ring, a ring to it. If the Jaguars move, I'm just gonna stop watching the NFL and just become an Orlando Magic fan.
Bangladesh Bengals sounds better.
got my hat on.
Wait, so you're gonna stop being a Jaguars fan and then just be a Magic fan solely?
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch the
Hey,
NBA.
you go from sorrows to more sorrows. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just like, dude,
I'm a glutton for punishment. Or depending on when this happens, I might just go to the Washington football team because they're also awful and they don't have a name yet, so it's kind of like surprise.
Hey, they're leading their division,
Oh, I see. You're a glutton for punishment.
Yeah, I mean I've done it for 25 years, so.
well, hey Chris, we meet in 2 weeks, so
Oh, yeah.
let's make another bet. Triple or nothing.
Oh, so 3 toys?
3 toys.
3 toys? Okay.
So wait, Matt, do
I'm
you
not
have to
good.
hold off on your bet
No,
now
I'm still
if it's
gonna buy
triple
it.
or nothing? Well, then, okay.
No, I'm gonna buy it. This one, because my last one was with Faris, but this is for Chris.
So now you're saying you will have bought 4 toys in the span of 3 weeks.
For the kids.
Well, guys, if those of you watching, if you just tune in, this is a thing we're doing, and if you guys want to do it in the group or amongst yourselves, we're making bets on our teams, and loser has to donate to Toys for Tots because it's for a good cause, right? We're at the holiday season. People have had a rough time this year. 2020 has sucked. It's been awful. So ready for 2021. I'm ready for the draft so that me and Justin have something to talk about again. We're like, oh, we lost again.
Already started mock drafting, baby. Already started.
I ain't gonna lie, Justin.
I can't wait.
I appreciate
Hey,
you.
Sam, you've got a sick profile picture to look forward to next week.
That's true. It better be appropriate, John Ha.
Wait, are you already thinking that you're not going to be able to use it?
I'm not stupid. I like making profile pic pics, but I'm not stupid. Come on. I'm not Flame Douglas. I actually realize that my team sucks. So
Hey, when's the last time you made a profile bet?
against Pat Storm from Texans Unfiltered.
Romeo Crennel.
Yep.
With the afro.
And then I tried to make a bet with him again when the Jaguars played in Jacksonville, and he was like, "There's no way Robinson's gonna have a breakout game, and the Jags are gonna win," and we didn't. So jokes on him.
You know, the funny thing was when Sam lost that bet, she changed the picture. I'm just like, who is this guy off of Semi-Pro? And then I was just like, oh wait, that's Romeo Crennel a long time ago.
Yep.
That's
He
funny.
looked like he was friends with Jackie Moon.
That
I wanna-
was an extra off of Boogie Nights.
I'm telling you, he looked like he called people Jive Turkey at least 3 times a day.
I wanna call out the Titans fans to help me out with a profile pick if we happen to win this one. So for Sam, I want you guys to help me pick one out for Sam if we win this one.
Oh, you
Well,
just
you-
opened
you
a can of
can't-
worms. Poor Sam.
Well, you can't.
I already know. I already can tell you what it's gonna be.
I just send me your ideas and I'll pick.
I
one.
literally already know what it's gonna be.
I'm just putting it out there. I don't know what it's gonna be.
I already
When we
know.
get off- When we get off, John, message Gerald Gomez. Gerald
No,
Gomez
no,
has
no,
gold.
no,
Has gold.
no, 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 not
Hey
allowed.
John, I would say,
Geraldo, if you're listening,
No.
Geraldo, hit up Jonathan Hall.
No, Gerald was supposed to be on this podcast tonight and he flaked, so he's not allowed to make any decisions.
No, actually, it was Tommy. Tommy was supposed to be on tonight.
Oh,
hey John, I
Sorry,
would say
Gerald.
ask JT Faulkner to help you out, but he's been missing for the last 3 days.
yeah,
No.
yeah. We gotta make him a milk carton. Figure out where.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think somebody did make him a milk.
I already
carton.
know.
His bagel
I
showed up.
already know what's gonna happen. Is it's gonna be my face on somebody getting like stiff armed, or it's gonna be a picture of Mitch T. Firkins because I'm not dumb. I already know. I already know. Or
Make
some
you a 2020 profile picture.
no. I'm not doing no politics. I'm not doing any politics. I'm not saying who I'm for or against. I'm not saying I'm against Trump. I'm not saying I'm for Trump. I am not doing anything with politics,
Well, we all know
religion,
that you voted for Kanye. And
Kanye. No politics, no religion, no cursing, no nudity.
Hold on. Serious question. We weren't supposed to vote for Kanye?
Huh?
I said we weren't supposed to vote for Kanye?
Of course you were. He's the future president.
Okay, I said, woo. I thought I went to my vote there for a second.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that's-
Good one. Well, guys, we thank you for tuning in to the AFC South Fan Battle podcast. We encourage you guys to listen in on Spotify, on Alexa, on Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, all major platforms. Once again, join the Sports Host app. Join us in the trivia. Do this. I just triggered my Alexa because I won't say it again. But join the Sports Host app. Join us for the trivia. Join us in the AFC South Fan Battle group. We thank you guys for tuning in this evening, and we will see you next week.
Peace.
Later.
Peace. Nick